Auth66. I return again after a pause. I'm not really going to make an excuse. I think life happens and it is what it is sometimes and you have to prioritize. But I'm so close to the end of the journey. I was really sad last week when I stopped in one way because I was like, I timed it perfectly to finish on the Friday. So I figured when I would restart this week, I would probably start today so that it kind of lines up with how many days I have left, I think, if I did my math right. So what am I going to talk about today? It's not Monday, but it's going to be hella spicy because I'm getting kind of annoyed. Every day, my inbox is flooded. It's normal. I get it. You know, you get my email address, you want to sell me something. I get that that's part of the process. What I don't love is 5 emails. Yeah, my eyes are going to go a little wild. 5 emails in the course of a 2-week period. Hey, just circling back, just checking. You know, if you don't want me to bother you, you can just send me a message saying, don't bother me. I'm literally going to be making an automation so I can do this kind of thing automatically, because the only way that this person's going to leave me alone, because I've seen it through other vendors, is when I tell them to leave me alone. But I want you to conceptualize for a moment, in each MSP's inbox, that we could have anywhere from 15 to 75 vendors at any given time, depending on when we recently went to an event, that are all asking for that level of communication. Do you have any idea how unrealistic that is? If I reached out to you for a quote, if I asked for a demo, I get it. We've engaged in this conversation together, and that is my responsibility to you as someone who also does sales and would appreciate when clients let me know where they're at, right? But when we've never discussed anything before, when you just happen to have gotten my email to be that aggressive and to put that much work, because sometimes it's not just the email, it's also phone follow-ups and whatever, you have to understand the weight of what you're putting on the people that you hope to do business in terms of what amount of labor you're asking them to do. If I looked at the 50 emails that I get in a day and I were to take the time to write it, even just dragging and dropping them with an automation to be able to take care of it, it's still a process by which I have to do something manual in order to manage your expectations. I think, you can send out an email and see what happens, but to be that persistent and keep coming back, that's something in our industry that needs to stop. It's not something that we would ever do with potential clients because it puts too much work on them. And realistically, when I want to go find a service like yours, if you've already been harassing me to that level, I'm not going to want to do business with you, because then I don't know what it's going to look like, right? We've got to have more conversations about what the healthy balance is. Where can we get it where, you're able to reach out and remind people, because it's very true that I don't necessarily need something right now, but when I do, you want to be in front of my face for that. But this cluttering of my inbox, which is also the way that my clients reach out to me, which is also the way that staff make certain requests, that's also not, I guess it's a weird way to say it, but it's not an appropriate way to do business either, right? I would like to count it for 1 week, and then we can talk about how much it's actually, going to cost to be able to do that. And that's just my regular inbox, never mind, LinkedIn. If you're going to ask me to do something, let's talk about how you also bring value, right? I've had plenty of conversations with vendors where they're able to, even before we're partners, to bring value, or to have, we get, conversations going, or there's webinars that are happening, whatever. That's something entirely different. We're building a relationship. But to just be on me, and sometimes the wording is actually aggressive and rude, and I know it's designed to do. It's designed to close out that section of the funnel. But if I'm in your funnel, not because I want to be, don't get aggressive with me. It'll guarantee that I never do business with your company, and that's as spicy as I can make it, because honestly, there's nothing that shuts me down faster than somebody being rude to me in an email like that. Somebody being like, well, I guess you don't have time for me, and I'm not on, this isn't on your priority list, so I'll stop bothering you now. And then you send me 3 more emails. You're just full of shit at that point. So yeah, let's do better, please, as an industry. I mean, I'm sure it exists in other industries, but with the amount of events in the MSP space, this can be overwhelming. And I was just on a podcast with Zach, and we were talking about, how to deal with vendor relationships. And this would be number one for me. Stop trying to initiate in my inbox in ways that make me angry, and anybody angry, because it's not going to be good for your business in the long run. I will see y'all tomorrow.